Hello, hi, it's Liz here and I'm back today with my accordion junk journal for my Valentine. So we will decorate the inside, and I have already completed the first page because I wasn't sure how to get my poem in, and I got lots of alpha stamps out, and the stamps were just using up too much room, and I just decided to handwrite the poem. So that's what I did. And then I knew that this page would take me a while to decide on, and I thought, oh, just do it off camera rather than faff about, explain what you've done, and then do the rest of the pages on the camera. So it's just some of the tissue paper that I used for the front there, just a little bit of paper. So it's like faux envelope stamps, postage stamps. Yep, and this is just cut out from a piece of scrapbook paper, and then I just wrote out my soppy poem. So that's just the opening page, and then the rest of the book I just want to decorate without any more writing or anything. So for my first two pages, I have got some illustrations from a book. So everything that's going in this little accordion journal is, because it's for my husband, it's going to be some of his favourite things. So these are two illustrations from, and I want to show you, and I want to tell you a wee bit about what spurred this on, because I've been watching and become friendly with a lady in the States called Barbie, and Barbie's channel is called Nellie and Ruth Designs, and I'll leave a link to her channel in the description box, because she's been making a journal using anime comic illustrations, and it's an absolutely beautiful, unusual journal. And it reminded me that I had these three books, well, this book and these two comics that I bought ages ago from the charity shop. Oxfam was £1.99, and I think this was £1 in Shelter. And I remembered about them when she was doing her project. Thought, you know, I've got some of them somewhere that I bought way at the start of doing junk journals, because I liked the illustrations, and I knew that I would probably use them at some point in a collage or in a journal, and then set them aside and didn't remember them until she started doing her JoJo journal, which I think is called JoJo at the Louvre in Paris. And so it's all beautifully illustrated, and the colours are just gorgeous. If you get a minute, have a look. Anyway, I bought this one, and this has got Spanish writing, and so I bought it because it was Spanish writing. And when you do the Marguerite Miller challenge, which I'm not doing this year, quite often one of the challenges, one of the prompts is foreign language. And so I bought it, I think, for that. But as it turns out, it's got these illustrations in it, which are really quite cool. And it just fitted the bill perfectly, because my hubby just loves to go to coffee shops and have coffee and something nice to eat. And he also loves reading his book when he's in the coffee shop, and the books that he reads are always spy books. And so I thought this was quite funny, because the young chap here looks like he's dressed as a private eye or a private investigator or a spy or something, and he's reading his book. And I just thought those two illustrations there just suit my husband down to the ground. And so I'm just going to simply stick them in the book just the way that they are, because there's already kind of patterns on the background there. So I'm just going to use my white sticky glue, white tacky glue. whatever it's called. All-purpose high-tack sticky glue. So, and I'm just simply going to, and they fitted this journal perfectly. I'm really quite pleased, and I think it will give him a laugh because he'll know exactly what I'm getting at. It won't make sense to anyone else, but it will make sense to him. So we had an unexpected trip into Glasgow this morning because I was due to go to the hairdresser for my haircut and getting my hair diddled up, a cut and colour and whatnot. And we were up early because my appointment was for 9 o'clock, and at 8:30 my phone went and the hairdresser phoned. The hairdresser that was going to do my hair was phoned in sick, ill, and they didn't have anyone else available, and could I possibly go another day? Oh well, nothing else for it. Yeah, so that was put off for another day. Yeah, I'm really pleased with them. That's quite cool, isn't it? So we ended up just going into Glasgow and going for a wander and whatnot, a wee coffee. So that's his trip to the coffee shops. This is him reading his spy book. The other thing that we both love to do is travel. So I've picked out a few bits and bobs just of some of the places we've been. We have been to London. Obviously, that's the handiest city break for us. Well, Edinburgh, but you know, we could go to Edinburgh anytime. It's only 45 minutes up the road. So London, Paris. We've been to Paris quite a few times. And I thought these are little images are from Daphne's diary, and Amsterdam, which I thought was quite nice. So we've been to Amsterdam and Paris a few times. We've obviously been lots of other places, but Daphne only provided 3 images, so that was the 3 I'm using. And plus my page can only take so many places, can't it? And I thought, oh, that's nice. So I'm going to get them stuck in like that. Let me move my other pieces out the way. So yeah, into Glasgow, and parked in our usual car park, and again half of it was taken up with the filming. Well, not with the filming, with all their big caravan things. And one place was called what was it, Scene Cuisine or something. Obviously that's the food for the actors or all the people involved. But I didn't know, because the street that had been closed off for the filming, the street that got all done up with the props, they weren't on that street. We'll put that at a jaunty angle. Looks like the red buses are going up a hill. Looks like Westminster Tower is falling over. But as we were coming out the car park, when we were leaving, we saw up another side street they were filming. So I don't know what, because there didn't look like anything was fancy up that street. It didn't look like anything had been, there's not any shops up that street for them to change the signage and make it look somewhere else. But I was thinking maybe it's the street that they were on is quite an old street, and maybe it's because there's still cobblestones there. But I'm kind of making that up. But some of the streets and some of the lanes in Glasgow are still cobbles. So maybe they were going back in time. I'm totally making that up. I haven't a clue. It just seemed an odd street for them to use. Right, I'll stick this down, but I'm going to just put a fold in it. Yeah, so we went for our coffee and a pastry, and of course we were super early because ready to go for it to get to the hairdresser at 9 o'clock. I was leaving the house at 8:30, and just as I was about to get into the car, that was when the phone went to cancel. So I think this might be a sticker. Yep. So we were really early. I think we'll just put like that there, like that. There we are. So that's him off in his travels with his Valentine. Good. Right, so now we're on the back page, and I have another of the illustrations from the book, just as a bit of silliness on the back. And that's his head getting filled with books. He's a great reader. His hubby. I read a book if we go on holiday to to a sunny holiday, because before the pandemic and whatnot, we used to go one sunny holiday, a beach holiday, and we would go to Tenerife or Spain or Ibiza or somewhere, and I would read then, and then we would maybe go a city break, or we would book a cottage in the Lake District or up north in Scotland. That's quite cute, isn't it? So then it opens this way. And I have, but he reads all the time. I don't have time to read. I'm too busy in here with my papers and my stickers. So we have these. These are from Daphne's Diary. Now it's not this one, it's the February issue from 2020. So I've had these 2 years. And these are vouchers for your Valentine. So it's a lunch date, a movie night, a foot or back massage, and a candlelit dinner. And it says, this is good for a candlelit dinner. And then I'm not going to fill in the back. And I thought rather than stick them in or somehow attach them to the page, I would use these little tags and just stick the tag down at the bottom there, so that will just slide in there, and then you can use in the voucher like that. What do you think? I thought that was quite a good idea. So let's, will we put them at a, these are just wee bits of washi. There was white bit, there was a white bit on it, so that you could write in what was in the tag, but I decided just to cover it with a little bit of washi. I think I'm going to put, stands out better on the yellow, that teal one just kind of disappears in. I think I'm going to go with that. Right, so so we went for our coffee, and then we went a walk around up Buchanan Street a little bit, and then you get to a bit that's that all the tourists want to see, all the visitors want to see. the statue that's in front of the Modern Art Gallery. It's a guy on a horse. Don't ask me because I can't remember. I think it might be the Duke of something or other. Anyway, he's on a horse and there's always an orange and white traffic cone on his head. It's just a thing. It's been there for years and they replace the traffic cone. Somebody replaces the traffic cone. At first, when it happened years ago, they used to come and take the traffic cone down. And then the next day, somebody would replace the traffic cone. So now it's become a thing and it's on mugs and postcards and all the merchandise that you can buy. You can get a picture of the guy with the traffic cone. So there's always, that works quite well, doesn't it? Well, I'm quite pleased with that. So anyway, there's quite often tourists there. So anyway, today there were a little group of Japanese tourists taking photographs of the statue and the building, the Modern Art Gallery behind it and whatnot. An upside down foot massage. So, and of course we arrive, we're across the road, we're walking along this street towards it, and it's funny because there must be something about greyhounds that Japanese people love, because we're forever, when we're ever at a touristy bit, we're always getting stopped. Can we take a photograph? So here they're all lining up to take a photograph of Millie. And well, fine, you know, whatever. But then, so we walked on, we let them take their photographs, because in Glasgow it's our unwritten rule that you're always nice and kind and you always make time for the visitors and the tourists. Not that any other city doesn't, but we seem to get the name especially of being nice and friendly. For whatever reason, I don't know. So the next minute, so we let them take their photographs, and then one of them comes running after us. He's like, oh, please, please. And he wanted to take a photograph of all three of us. Oh, and I don't like getting my photograph. I never get my photograph taken, but anyway. So at some point they'll be showing their relatives their photographs, and there will be a random couple and a dog. That's me. So let's have a little look, a little last flip through, and we've got cover, my poem with the dog, because he loves that dog. He's at the coffee shop, he's reading his spy book, he's going on holiday, or he's been London, Paris, Amsterdam. He's filling his head with books, and then he's got his 4 vouchers, movie night, candlelit dinner. I hope they're not going to get stuck. I don't think so. Oh, that's fine. Candlelit dinner, a foot back massage, and a lunch date. Obviously the one I like the best is the lunch date, because that will involve me. And if it's a lunch like that, I'll be right there. I do love a picnic basket. Yay! Okay, so thanks for joining me today, and if you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up is very much appreciated, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget, check out Barbie's channel. I'll leave a link. You won't be disappointed. Bye for now.